Now, I'm going to be obnoxious if you're a bear, and I apologize, but if you're a fellow bull, then this is really what we've been looking for. I think we might actually have signs here of a bottom. Now, I have to be careful with that because I said that over here and I was wrong. So let me back up my opinion on why I think that we may have just seen the bottom for the bulls. And if you're in this with me, this is why we don't try to time bottoms on a long-term perspective, okay? We had news this morning that China wants to talk, okay? And this is the biggest opponent. This is the final boss. So if China wants to talk, according to Trump, if China is like, let's negotiate, let's discuss all this stuff, you know what that means? That means the big boss, the big op, the big antagonist in this story. I mean, I guess maybe you could say, depending on who you ask, maybe Trump's the antagonist, maybe China's the antagonist. I don't know. But one side of the aisle saying, let's negotiate. Trump, of course, took to social media immediately in typical Trump fashion, saying they want a deal. They want to make a deal, right? So that happened this morning. Markets up, ripping your face off rally. This is why, ladies and gentlemen, I do not like to short the indices, and why I have been screaming, pounding the table. I've been Donkey Kong over here. You don't chase sell-offs for this exact reason. The put to call ratio could be yet again signaling the bears are going to get crushed. Okay? Let me show you why. I cannot tell you how many people in my comment section in the last few weeks have been saying, Nick, it's not too late. You should just be short. You should just be bearish. And I guess short term, to their credit, they were correct, right? And this is not necessarily over. So don't get me. I'm not getting ahead of myself. I'm not all in leveraged long. So just understand, this market has been going down, and in the last like 48 hours, the bears got so loud. This weekend, my Sunday video and my Monday video, people are just outright howling bears, right? They're just, what do bears do? What the bears, they don't howl. They roar? What do bears roar? They've been super loud. And the reason I say this is because that's typically what happens at the bottoms. People get obnoxiously loud about being bearish. This looks like, again, it's too early to call this, but it looks like a capitulation bottom. That's the type of candle you get at a bottom. What do I mean by that? Well, typically when markets are bottoming out, everybody gets bearish at the worst possible time. Check, everybody's bearish, right? Put to call tell you everybody's bearish. Even if you're not necessarily bearish yourself, what I'm saying is that the consensus is extremely negative out there. So if everybody's saying, oh, I'm cautious, or I'm bearish, or I'm short, or I sold my stocks, that typically happens at the end. That does not happen at the beginning. People are not smart, unfortunately, in markets. They do what the crowd does. People were all in long here, and now everybody's sold their shares, sold their positions, and bought puts. Now, I'm not teasing people who have done this. I'm telling you what has consistently, for as long as I've been watching the markets, what has happened. At the end of bear market moves, right? Or at least short-term bottoms, what happens? People get incredibly loud, okay? So, look, could this be a fake move and we go lower? It could. But what I'm telling you right now is that shorting in these candles is not only difficult, but it's outright, in my opinion, it's outright dumb. I'll tell you why. This is my opinion. All of this is, of course, my opinion. I could be wrong. Markets could go lower. You know the drill. But when everybody's bearish, the cost to buy bearish bets goes up astronomically, goes up massively. If you wanted to buy puts the last few days, you paid an arm and a leg to buy puts. What do I mean by that? Well, puts are bearish bets, and to buy them, you have to pay a premium. That premium has gone up tremendously. So if you wanted to bet that this market's going to go lower, okay, let's say you bet it's going to go down here, right? Well, in spread, aka the premium, you might have paid this much in premium. So if the market goes anywhere above this area, you lose money. That's what puts are not telling you about. This is what happens every time we hit a market bottom. This time is not different. I will be obnoxious about that. People are saying this time is different. That is an indicator that it's not different. Okay? When everybody's saying this is the end of times and this time is different, Fed's not going to save the day, Trump's not going to save the day, right? We have everybody saying this time it's going to crash. I will take 99.9% of the time, that's a good chance that you're getting closer to a low than you are to the highs. So yesterday, I bought a lot of stocks. If you'd like to see more of our free daily chart of the days, make sure to join our Telegram channel if you have not already joined. And if you are already in the Telegram channel, make sure to hit that thumbs up button to support our work. Also, quick reminder that if you're looking for free tools and free education in the trading space, head over to a1trading.com. You can check out our free technical, fundamental courses and much more.